Hello, ladies and gentlemen. The issue I'd like to discuss with you today is extradition from Thailand. Extraditions from Thailand are a fairly prominent subject in the news. One of the most famous extraditions from Thailand was the Vicktor Bout case. Vicktor Bout was a Russian national and an arms dealer. He was accused by the US government of arranging an arms shipment to an illegal terrorist organization in South America. He fought the extradition case in Thai courts and ultimately lost. As a result, he was sent back to the US to face charges. Outside of the Vicktor Bout case, there's a number of famous and not so famous extradition cases that have occurred in recent histories and are predicted to continue to occur. If you're a foreign criminal or are alleged to have committed a crime and are thinking of fleeing, Thailand might not be the best choice of a destination. The reason for this is that Thailand has quite close relations with Western nations, Asian nations, and other nations around the world. Often there's a foreign police presence in Thailand and they work closely with the Thai police. Also, Thailand has over 50 extradition treaties with other nations. Even without an extradition treaty, it's possible for a foreign nation to obtain extradition from Thailand. This is because the internal Thailand law has an Extradition Act that allows a proper formal request for extradition to be approved by the Thai courts. The basic requirements for an extradition case in Thailand are that, first, the crime alleged must be a crime in both the requesting state and in Thailand as well. Secondly, it must not be a political offense or a military crime. Thirdly, the amount of punishment authorized by law for the crime alleged must be greater than 1 year. Finally, the requesting authority, the foreign nation that's requesting the extradition, must provide basic evidence to establish that the crime was committed and the person that they're requesting to be extradited was the person who committed the crime. Occasionally, you'll hear about an abbreviated procedure of extradition from Thailand. What this means is that in certain circumstances, the Thai government can deport a person alleged of a crime by a foreign government pursuant to the Immigration Act rather than the Extradition Act or an extradition treaty. This means that if there's enough evidence to establish that the person entered the country illegally, they can do a simpler process by deportation, which is mostly an administrative procedure. This is much quicker and simpler than a formal extradition. Although it's not technically an extradition process, it often serves the same process. However, deportation under the Immigration Act requires that the requesting state also be the state of nationality of the person that they're requesting to be extradited. So if it's a third-party country, such as the US in the Vicktor Bout case, because Vicktor Bout was a national of Russia, a deportation case would not work and the formal extradition process must be carried out. That's all we have for you today. Thank you very much for watching.